If you've been wondering where are all the good men, I actually have some homework for you. Start to find and pay attention to the qualities that you love in the men who are around you. The men you know, the men you don't know, the guy at the grocery store who asks to help carry your stuff out to your car. Because when you say, where are all the good men, I already know that you are in a pattern of looking for negative qualities in men. And you're finding them. So start looking for the good men and you will find them.
Okay, the only women asking where have all the good men gone are women who no longer have access to those men, right? These are women that did not settle down in their 20s. Women that rode the sea, took the corporate job, right? Had their little cubicle career out there, and, suddenly one day they realize it's their 30th birthday and realized that the eggs were starting to dry up and felt like, yeah, this is the time. I need to find myself a husband. And then suddenly, no more access to, the type of guys they were getting just a few years earlier. And then they asked that age-old question, where have all the good guys gone? I mean, really, are they actually looking for good guys, nice guys? Of course not, right? Of course not. Damaged women are not looking for nice guys. They're looking for a Chad that they can mold into a nice guy. And then once they successfully do that, if they're able to do that, almost never happens. But if they were able to do that, they would lose all respect for that dude. He would no longer be Chad. He would be Brad. And they would dump him and then rinse and repeat, right? This is why we call these chicks damaged goods. Okay? Because they cannot be in a healthy relationship with a normal guy, right? Who just wants a normal relationship. They can't handle it. They need dysfunction. They need chaos, right? They need issues in their relationship to keep them mentally stimulated. Otherwise, they get bored. You become predictable. And then next thing you know, they're on to the next dude, right? I mean, so I don't buy it for a second. I mean, because you don't hear like hotties in their late teens, early 20s going, where have all the good men gone? Where are they? Where are the good men? No, because they're getting these guys. They're getting these guys and then some. Because they have the looks and the leverage to do it, right? They have access to basically the world of men out there. So they are in full abundance when it comes to dudes. Chads, Brads, everyone. Pookies, Tyrones, good guys, bad boys, nice guys. I mean, these chicks in their late teens, early 20s, they can have them all, right? They can have them all. But the rub is, if you're a chick in that age bracket, you have to pick one, right? And hopefully you will pick the right one. You'll pick the guy that, okay, he's got a lot of potential, top shelf guy if he's not there already, right? Top tier dude who really, really loves me, really wants to be with me, wants to settle long term. He's choosing me. All he wants me to do is give him the rest of my 20s, and we could build a successful life together. We could be happy together. That's all you have to do, is just do the right thing. However, these chicks are being told to do otherwise, right? Mostly by the Matrix, right? And because a lot of these women can't think for themselves and they need to be told what to do, and they have pack mentality, they have herd mentality, hive mentality, right? They listen to each other, like doling out this terrible advice they get from the mainstream, which is basically the Matrix, the establishment, right? Legacy media. They stay in this perpetual loop of going to work, going to the corporate job, and then staying on the CC and banging dudes from the apps, which continues to lower their value. The more guys you sleep with, hate to tell you ladies, more guys you sleep with, the less dudes want you, right? I mean, it's like every new guy you sleep with, right, that doesn't work out, you're basically evaporating these high value guys that you could have got from your life, right? You are making yourself completely non-existent to these dudes. So it's funny, when these chicks go, where have all the good guys on? I mean, they really haven't gone anywhere. It's just you didn't pick any when you had the opportunity. You didn't choose any of them. Okay, next clip.
I often get asked, where are all the good guys? There are no more good guys out there. Good guys don't exist. This is becoming a bit of a theme lately. Now, as a psychotherapist, I can confirm that there are many great guys out there. I've had them sat in my office and I have worked with them. The problem is the great guys, the good, kind, caring, authentic guys, tend to get caught up in toxic relationships, often with narcissists. So these guys are difficult to track down because they've often been pinned down and they've been so abused that they're not able to get out of that relationship and understand and get into a healthy relationship. These guys do exist, but sometimes, ladies, you've just got to be patient.
Yeah, she's completely wrong when she says, like, oh, the good guys of the world, you know, they're just with some toxic biatches, so, you know, they can't, you just have to go find them. And no. We were just talking about this, man. Good guys are everywhere. They don't go anywhere. We don't disappear. You know, they don't, like, get into, you know, they're not stuck in toxic relationships or anything like that. I mean, they're just there. It's just that you have to be able to identify them when you are in your 20s, right? Before you turn 30. You have to be able to identify these guys. Many of these guys are already in your life if you're a decent looking girl. Okay? Especially if you're cute, especially if you're hot. Believe me, you have an endless supply of these dudes in your life now. Okay? You don't even need to go do any more recruiting. You don't need to hold tryouts anymore. You don't need to be on any more apps. I guarantee if you've been cute since the age of 12 or 13 and now you're in your late teens or early 20s, believe me, you've got you got like a lifetime supply of these times 20. Right? If you were to have 20 lifetimes, you would still not run out of these dudes. They're a dime a dozen. They're everywhere, right? Most guys out there want to treat you right. Most guys want to be good. Most guys want to build something with you. Problem is, you're not looking for most guys. You're looking for that 1% to 2% of dudes that will do you wrong, that will be, you know, mentally, verbally, if not even physically abusive. Some of these women, even though they say, no, that's not what I'm looking for. It's like, yeah, I mean, just statistically, a lot of these women who are in abusive relationships end up finding another abusive guy. It's like, how do you find these dudes, right? Because most guys are not abusive. It's like, how do you go out there and purposely find this like 1% to 2% of dudes that are abusive? You know, I mean, there are so many nice guys out there. There's so many good guys. You know, they're not hard to find at all. I've always said, like, nice guys, they're just a dime a dozen, right? They are everywhere. But these women do not choose them, right? They foolishly bypass these guys, step right over them to date these bad boys throughout their 20s, you know, get ran through by a number of these bad boys to the point where they ruin their sexual marketplace value because now they've slept with too many guys, right? And guys don't like that. Okay? I mean, I was even watching this podcast where they had some blue pill dudes on there, and they didn't like that. They were like, yeah, I don't like that, right? They were interviewing them, and they're like, no. So yeah, it just, you know, internally, guys don't like women who've slept around. So that's why I was saying earlier that each new guy you sleep with lowers your value. Okay, lowers your, you know, it removes your access, pits you further and further away from those high value dudes that you know you want. Okay, so next clip.
Okay, random airport rants. I was just watching a few videos on TikTok about the usual man versus woman, blah blah blah. And I gotta say, I'll be honest, as a woman of color, I gotta say, being a pretty woman is easy. And if anyone says anything otherwise, they're lying to you. Alright, I like to think of it like this. So I get on this app, and the number one thing I see about men is like, oh, narcissistic men. I get it. I've been there, done that, bought the t-shirt. Can we talk about how narcissistic women are and how good we are at it? I'll give you an example. Do you know how fucking good we are at manipulating men into getting what we want? And when men do that, we call it narcissistic. That word is thrown around so many goddamn times, it's stupid. when a man does it, he's called narcissistic. When a woman does it, it's called a hustle. Because money is involved, right? And with men, it's like sex and emotional gain, I guess. Do you understand how easy? So when me and I will say, I can honestly say he was an extremely abusive ex. When we broke up, that man was left homeless for I don't know how many weeks or months or because he put his hands on me, and I was protected. And I used my looks to get ahead because I was broke because he was paying all the bills. And I used my little deceptive ways and pretty eyes and batted at the right guy, and rent was paid for the next 2 months. Easy. If the roles were reversed and I was the abusive one, I would still have an easy time. So, and it's funny because it's like the same women who talk about, oh, decentralized men, are the same ones coming up in here and crying that they have to work a 9 to 5. Because anyways, crying that they have to work a 9 to 5 are the same ones who are talking about decentralized men and take men out of power. Y'all chose this life. Y'all did. You want it all. It's not saying, obviously women have rights. Women should have rights, but to the point where we're so independent now that we understand why men were doing this in the first place. Because men are naturally born to handle this called working, hunter, and gathering. All this biological. They were literally born to do. I was not born to work. I'm sorry. I wasn't. And I don't want to. What's your dream job? I don't have one. I don't dream of labor. Okay, but y'all chose this life, so, but me, until I find that right man, I'm gonna do what I do best. Manipulate, trick, bat my pretty eyes, and call it a day. Because I don't like it. It's just, so yeah, just as bad as men can be, women can be.
All right, I'm gonna take a wild guess here, and my wild guess is that she was raised by a mother and a father, right? Because only women who were raised by two parents seem to be able to identify the fact that, they were sold, a lie, which is called feminism, that they should go to work and that, men we're so privileged. We get everything we want, we own the world and all this. And so yeah, she spit out a lot of based facts right there. So I liked a lot of what she had to say, which is why I included it in this compilation of videos. And it's always nice to hear when a woman can speak up and defend dudes, and and not just defend the sisterhood, which so many of these women do. So that's why I appreciate when they can do that. I'm not a fan of the lips or the nose ring. I mean, if I saw her in the airport, I would have been thrown off by that, and I still was a little thrown off, like, okay, I thought she was going to say something like more towards the sisterhood versus the brotherhood, right? But also I can tell that she does have brothers, right? Because only a woman who has brothers would understand a man's plight, right? Like, I get it, like, my brothers are suffering, right? And if that's her sister, they would understand that, just like my sisters understand, right? That my sisters understand, like, okay, my brothers had it tough, basically me and my other brothers, like, shoot, they weren't just given the world, I had it easy. Because my sisters, we have good genes in my family, right? My parents were both, like, when we'd have like the PTA meetings at school, my parents were always like the most attractive couple there. They fought like cats and dogs, but they were like the most attractive couple there. So unfortunately, I think we benefited as kids. I don't feel like I'm that bad looking. But in any case, she, you could tell she had brothers, and she was raised properly, strong male role model, because a woman from a single mom would not be talking like this. A woman who only had sisters growing up would not be talking like this in most cases, right? So it's good to hear, and we'll leave it on that, her little heartwarming rant about men. So until next time, gentlemen, drop your comments below. Let me know if there's anything you'd like to add, anything you'd like to share. Please drop them in the comments below, and I'll see you in my comments. All right, this is M from the 33 Secrets signing out here with the Lamborghini. Yes, it's my Lambo. Go to Matt Cross Official, my IG, see the entire process of me purchasing this vehicle. It took about 2 months to close, And the same guy who delivered my DeLorean also delivered my Lamborghini. TJ at Florida Exotic Transport. If you ever need to transport a muscle car, exotic car, he's your man. So very excited about this vehicle. It's actually a pretty rare find. It's Rossifesto Red, which is one of the rarest colors for Lamborghini. It's a $14,880 option, believe it or not. I was on a hunt for one for over 2 years, just like I was my DeLorean. Finally found one. It's got super low miles, 11K, not bad. And we're gonna be featuring this car a lot more here on the channel for many years to come. It's just gorgeous, isn't it? Whew. Oh my gosh, take a look at this. It hasn't dried yet, but I'm still putting this on there. It's my IG tag. But as always, gentlemen, make sure you smash that like button. Smash that like button below. Do it for the Lamborghini and the DeLorean. I still have it, by the way. I'm not selling the DeLorean. I'll probably keep this car for a little bit, but DeLorean is gonna stay. So we'll get the DeLorean back on here pretty soon. But enjoy the Lamborghini. And again, smash the like button. Smash that subscribe button as well. Helps me out a ton with the YouTube algorithm. And for you guys who want to support my work and all of this red pill, gold pill, platinum pill content that I'm teaching you even further, best way to do that is by jumping into my monthly online coaching program, 7 Months to Mastery, where I'm teaching guys just like you how to go out there into the world and approach and close the youngest, hottest, and most beautiful looking women on the planet. I'm talking about 8s, 9s, and 10s, same exact type of women that myself and all of my coaching students all around the world now are out there approaching and closing every single week. And I kid you not, we are making it happen every single week. And I want you to become one of us. I want you to join us. And right now it's only $1 for the entire first month of coaching lessons from me in Mastery. So take advantage of it. It's the best way to support my work. If you love what I'm doing here, if you love what I'm teaching you here, and you feel like I've added value to your life, this is the best way to pay me back. Get into my monthly online coaching program, 7 Months of Mastery. All you need to do is click that link below in my description box. It will take you over to my website where you can get signed up right now. It just takes 2 seconds. So do that now, and I'll see you in my next coaching video. I'm out with the Lambo. Till next time. Whew, so sweet.